All in. Firetain the inside. There's the all clear and they're away. And they've jumped well. Thong Classic first out with Balonic. Pantani jumped well. Big Pat has showed pace today. In the early stages, Rain Gauge drifting right back and he's fourth last. Up towards the turn and Balonic is the leader. Pantani goes to second, the outside of Sandmason. Then came Thong Classic, beautifully placed in fourth. On his inside, Victory Smile, not too far away, the Metrop winner. Big Pat wide around the A train, and they're followed by Homewrecker. Next, Firetain in the bright yellow colours, to Maguire wanting to pull a bit. Hey Pronto on his inside, and then Rain Gauge, followed by County Tyrone Danion, and Mr. Prudent last on the inside. Hacking down the straight, Balonic slammed the brakes on, and with a circuit to run, led narrowly from Pantani and Big Pat, striding up 3 wide. Sandmason right behind them. Then Thong Classic, the A train wide, followed by Homewrecker, Victory Smile. A length and a half, Maguire on the outside of Firetain, then Hey Pronto, Rain Gauge. 3 lengths further back is County Tyrone from Danion and Mr. Prudent. By the 1600, Big Pat allowed to stride to the front now. The A train's pulling, might go up and sit outside him. Balonic just behind them on the inside, and then Pantani, Sandmason, fifth the rail. 2 lengths Thong Classic. Gee, hasn't he had a good run? Victory Smart is next, and they're followed then by Homewrecker. Firetain the inside of Maguire, and then Hey Pronto, Rain Gauge. 2 lengths Danion outside County Tyrone, and about 3 Mr. Prudent. Big Pat the leader into the back straight now, heading to the 1,000 metres. The A train's never been on the track. He got up to second. Balonic is third. Pantani fourth. Sandmason fifth. Sixth the outside. Then Thong Classic. 2 lengths to Homewrecker following him. Victory Smile on the rail, and then Maguire. Firetain. 2 to Rain Gauge. Hey Pronto. And next Danion on the outside of County Tyrone. They're both about to go, running to the 800 turn. And Mr. Prudent around that bend now, and it's Big Pat the leader. Big Pat in front of the A train, and Maguire came with a rush on the outside and joined them. 2 lengths away, Thong Classic around Pantani. Balonic held up on the inside. Danion and County Tyrone are charging from the rear, and Homewrecker's working home. They've passed the school, nearing the turn now, and right across the track with Thong Classic and Maguire hitting the lead together. Rain Gauge is stalking them and coming home, and then County Tyrone and Danion off the track, and Homewrecker's working into it. Thong Classic the leader from Maguire. Rain Gauge, Homewrecker needing it out as they cornered. Rain Gauge raced up to Thong Classic and took the lead. Homewrecker's got clear, and then Maguire. Rain Gauge, Thong Classic kicking back, and then Homewrecker. Thong Classic, Rain Gauge. Thong Classic has the head in front. They drive to the line. Thong Classic wins it from Rain Gauge. He's drifted out in front of the second horse though. Third now, we've got Mr. Prudent, Sandmason. Homewrecker's up there, not sure about it. Maguire's with them too. Then Hey Pronto, Pantani, Danion and County Tyrone. Firetain, trailed by Balonic, Big Pat, the A train, and Victory Smile. Thong Classic has won from Rain Gauge. He's drifted out in the straight for sure. Stand by for the numbers official. They're set. Set for the Cox Plate. Racing. The last chapter unfolds. Sunline, one of the first out. Northerly got away quickly and immediately strides up to her outside, and he went back on Assertive Lad. Bellisbury third the inside down to the post. The Sunline does it easily. Defier is fourth. Ustinov the inside, then Grand Era. Fields of Omar, followed by Lonro and 2.5 Assertive Lad. Sunline out of the straight, and she's coasted through the first part. Bellisbury is following her. Northerly is third. 2 lengths further back, Defier. Outside Ustinov, 2 Grand Era. Then Fields of Omar, followed by Lonro, and last of all Assertive Lad. Well, it's going to script so far. Lonro controls the early part of the Cox Plate, leads by a length and a half. In second placing, Northerly. On the rails, third is Bellisbury. Defier is fourth with cover. Ustinov the rail, and then Grand Era. 2 lengths Fields of Omar, and Lonro back second last with Assertive Lad. Sunline now starting to wind it up a bit. Into the back she goes. She leads by 2.5, chasing a third, Cox Plate. In second placing Northerly, 2 Ballesprit. 2 further back is Defire, and then Grand Era outside Yusinov. 3 lengths Fields of Omar. Lonro gives the Great Mare at least 12 lengths at the 800, and Assertive Lad is last of all. Off the back at the 800 metres. It's Sunline in front now. Up the side, can she deliver the fairy tale finish? Moonee Valley is willing her home. She leads by 2, but the Great Tiger's coming after a Northerly, and they've got 3 lengths to fire. Bellesprit, Grand Era asked to go, and then Fields of Omar, followed by Eustonoff, and Lonrose giving them a long start. Sunline is the leader. The Fighting Tigers after a Northerly. He trails by a length coming around the home turn. This is going to be special. Into the straight now, and it's Sunline from Northerly, then Defire. Grand Era is easing out for the run. Northerly went up to the Great Mare. Sunline fights back as she always does. Northerly put the head in front though. He's raced about a length and a half now. Here comes Defire, Grand Era, but Northerly is clear, and the Fighting Tiger Northerly does it again, beats Defire, Grand Era. 4th goes to Sunline. The Queen abdicates but does it with class. She's followed in by Fields of Omar. Lonro was run off his legs. Next is Ustinov, and to the tail is Assertive Lad and the 3-year-old Bellesprit. Northerly has won a Cox Plate that will live in the memories forever. He's won his second. Sunline has given it her all. She's been run down into 4th place. They're all in, set to go. Ready now. 1600. Damasceno, a good plonk. Really been well tried. Drawn towards the inside, they're away. She jumped fairly well alongside Gentle Genius. The 2 favoured runners beginning fast, and Lady K got away well. Oregon Seal showing speed near the inside, and Latte. Rosa Murata's going forward, wider out on the course as they settle down, and Peladama's wide. Keys dropped out to be last of all. Special Grange is second last, and Ticklemo's back at the rear. Round the 1200 turn now, and Latte led Rosa Murata. Damasceno is third, and they're followed closely in the field by Paris Heartbeat and Peladama wide. 2 Little Oregon Seal on the inside, followed by Gentle Genius and Lady K out 3 deep. 2 lengths to Self-Interest, and then Chicky over on the inside, 1 Special Grange. Venus Was Her Name is next, and Ticklemire the outside, and 2 to Keys. At the 800 turn, Latte on top. Peladama moved up to second. 2.5 Rosa Murata travelling well third. Damasceno the rail. A length further back is Paris Heartbeat. 2 to Oregon Seal, followed by Gentle Genius, Lady K. Next Self-Interest out wide, followed by Chicky, Special Grange, and then Ticklemire. Venus Was Her Name, and Keys past the 600. Latte led to Peladama. Rosa Murata is starting to run on, and then Damasceno, Paris Heartbeat, Self-Interest, and next is Gentle Genius as they come up towards the home turn. Ticklemire starting to make some ground, but Latte in front. Rosa Murata challenging. Paris Heartbeat wider out is running on. Peladama's had enough. Gentle Genius is working home. Paris Heartbeat took the lead from Rosa Murata. Gentle Genius is starting to work home, and then Ticklemire down the outside. Paris Heartbeat had the lead. Gentle Genius is closing on her now. Paris Heartbeat being grabbed by Gentle Genius. Charles will get this one. Gentle Genius beats Paris Heartbeat. Third, Rosa Murata, and then Peladama, Ticklemire, followed by Lady K. Venus Was Her Name. Was trailed in by Self-Interest, Keys, and then Chicky, Latte. Well back as Oregon Seal and Special Grange, and Damasceno has finished near the end after being heavily backed. Gentle Genius, ridden by Greg Childs, had the form going into the race through the excellent seconds behind Hosanna and Reactive at the last 2. She sat a lot handier to the pace today and was very strong at the end. Giant filly, who's given her trainer Tony Wildman a lot of headaches, a 5-year-old, just a 19th race outing. And so they're set to go. Group 2, mile, and they're ready and racing. Kiwi Burglar jumped okay with Mr. Casanova, and Atlantis Prince got away well towards the inside. Royal Code jumped okay, but he's steadying early. Pace from outside. There's Dandy Kid going up, and Flavour Whiteout's going on as well. as they settle into stride. Crawler got right back in the field and out towards the bottom turn now, and here they go with now Dandy Kid moving up to join Burglar. On their outside, Flavour strides into third, around Atlantis Prince, and then El Nino fifth the outside to Mr. Casanova. Royal Code finds himself in a pretty good spot. Scenic Peak 3 deep outside him. 3 lengths Mr. Magoo, followed by Super Impressive 2 Weasel Will. Accelerator a long way back and 3 deep on the outside of Crawl, and then second last Gordo and Chattanooga. Round the 800 turn, Dandy Kid the leader. Flavour's second, Burglar back third. Atlantis Princess fourth and El Nino fifth and wide. Royal Code next with cover. Mr. Casanova being trailed then by Scenic Peak out wide still, and then Mr. Magoo. Weasel Will coming wide around him, and then Super Impressive. Accelerator a long way back by the school, and Chattanooga started to run to go around him, and Gordo is still well back with Crawl now checked and last up to the turn, and Dandy Kid is being tackled by Royal Code out 3 wide, and El Nino the centre, but Royal Code has bolted to the lead. Here's Weasel Will, he's starting to close after the leader. Royal Code sprinted to the front round the turn. Weasel Will going for 3 straight is coming home well, and then Chattanooga and Accelerator. Royal Code under the whip, he's holding Weasel Will. Royal Code back to Moonee Valley, blinkers back on and wins. Royal Code first, Weasel Will I think will hold second from Accelerator and Crawl who flashed home, and then Gordo who got up on the rails. Break then to Chattanooga, trailed by Flavour next, and then El Nino, Mr. Casanova, Super Impressive, Atlantis Prince, Mr. Magoo, Scenic Peak, Dandy Kid and Burglar last. Royal Code has won. The trick was coming back to Moonee Valley with the blinkers back on, and he had a beautiful run. Brett Preble, 2 for the day. He's won the Cup and the Waterford Crystal. If you can't have a ride in the Cox Plate, you'll do the next best thing. He's picked up the pieces. Brett, who won this race on Weasel Will 2 years ago, he's picked up Royal Code and got his spring back online now. Ready, they're set for the last. Crowd getting quite animated now with the curtain coming down on what's been a great day. They're off in the last. Oh, Deprave threw the rider off at the start. You wouldn't believe it. He went up with the ledge and he's thrown the rider, Deprave. At the 1,000 they settle down. Don't Tell Tom scooted across and led. Walk on Air began fast. Sea Rover goes round him now. Right behind them settling down fourth, Flight Pattern 2 lengths to Let's Went. A length and a half further back, Roxar getting up on the inside from Slalom and Grand Falls. Then Spring Warrior, the riderless horses going around the outside. Gee, let's hope he stays out of trouble. Green Pick towards the end, and Confederate Kid as they came up the side. Sea Rover led, Flight Pattern, Walk on Air. Off the track then is Let's Went. Roxar behind them from Slalom. Don't Tell Tom is losing ground rapidly. He's gone right back through the field. He's going to be pulled up. Something's wrong with the favourite there, Don't Tell Tom, as they corner now, and it's Sea Rover in front. Walk on Air after it from Flight Pattern, Confederate Kid and Let's Went. Roxar sneaking up on the inside. They corner now, and Walk on Air out in the middle, tackled by Confederate Kid. Let's Went. Spring Warrior's coming. Slalom's putting in a burst. Confederate Kid hit the front with about 50 to go. Green Pick drives through for Danny Beasley. Green Pick a blowout in the last. Green Pick beats Confederate Kid, Roxar. Then Spring Warrior, Slalom, Let's Went, followed by Walk on Air, Sea Rover, Grand Falls, Flight Pattern, and Don't Tell Tom finishes about 50 metres away from the second last horse. Danny Beasley, riding for the first time for many years for his original master, Peter Marr from Wodonga, has taken out the last at big odds, $58.60 and $10.70. And he was a drifter on track as well. There was no money for him. A surprise for punters in the final race today.